So even though you're on mute, we'll start with some Om together. You're welcome to simply receive the sound and the healing vibration, this sound current of connection, or perhaps you'd like to join in. So we'll do 3 rounds of Om and then 3 rounds of Aham Prema. Aham Prema, which means I am divine love. We are the very vibration of divine love, and this deep commitment to love ourselves fiercely through what we're facing right now, to love the world through what we're facing right now. So if it's right for you, drawing the palms into the heart and your eyes softly close and release all of your breath. Take a deep breath in together. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. Please draw in, resting within the resonance of the chant. Gently lifting your head, releasing your hands. If you're cross-legged, switch the cross of your legs. You want to inhale, circle your arms wide and up toward the sky. Exhale to lean over to your right. Inhale, come back to center, reaching long through your spine, and exhale to lean over to the left. Inhale, center, reach both arms up. Exhale, lean right. Top arm can be bent or straight. Inhale, center, hips, knees sinking into the earth. And exhale, lean left. Once more, each direction. This time as we lean to the left, let's linger there to the degree that you can keep your right sit bone rooted into the prop of the earth. You might slide the left hand further away. You can keep the arm here, that nice length through the side body, option to tuck the hand, maybe even the whole forearm behind the back, and drop the head towards the shoulder. Level out the neck, untuck the arm, right, and inhale back through center. And exhale to take it over in the other direction. An option to tuck the hand behind the back. You might even reach for the right hip crease. And drop the head towards the right shoulder. Sometimes I like to gently bring the head forward and back slightly, this gentle rocking motion to discover new areas that want to let go through the neck and the shoulder. Slowing down, deepening each breath. Slowly inhale, come back through center, reach up. And exhale, rest the palms back into Anjali Mudra. And taking refuge within our own hearts. You might notice the sensation moving through the heart now. A throbbing, a achiness, a lightness, a warmth. Come to hands and knees, please. You may like to pad your knees with a blanket. Line your wrist crease up with the front edge of your mat. Knees right underneath your hips. And begin a series of cow-cat here. Inhale to drop the belly, lift your heart, and exhale to round your spine, gently pushing the earth away. And inhale to arch, feel the space you create between tail and crown. And exhale to round, hollowing out the belly, letting the head go. And please continue just like that, your rhythm. As we inhale through cow pose, the heart opens to the grounding magnetic fields of the earth. As we round the spine, we temporarily close the front of the heart, and then the back of the heart opens to the vastness, the equanimity, the spaciousness of the sky. Next time you glide through center, please pause there. And find this spot about halfway between cow and cat, where the sides of the waist lift up slightly, the tailbone reaches down, and then a little softness between the tips of the shoulder blades, without losing your core. And keeping that, stretch your right leg back behind you, make some circles with the right ankle. And in the other direction. And then please plant the foot to the earth and stretch back through your heel and feel the length from heel up the bones, all the way out through your heart. And then plant the right knee to the earth again and stretch your left leg back long, making some circles with the left ankle. All the while deepening your Ujjayi breath. Each exhale, gentle tone to the back of the throat muscles. And circle in the other direction. And plant the toes to the earth. And stretch long through the heel, forward through the heart and the crown of the head. Plant both knees to the earth and rest back in child's pose. I recommend big toes touch knees wide for the first child's pose, so you give the belly some space to breathe and expand, give the hips a chance to open. Anytime in this practice, feel free to rest right here in child's pose or any other shape. One of the gifts I've been noticing of these online classes is that you can really add your own flavor, really slow down when you need to. Sometimes there's a little more pressure when we're all in the same room together. And particularly because I can't see your alignment, I would suggest if you're not so sure about something today, and particularly if you haven't practiced over the last week and a half, to err on the side of being more gentle and maybe skipping some shapes, just doing the arms or just doing the legs as a way to honor your body and honor your own heart. Take a deep breath in all the way down into your hips. And as you exhale, let out a sigh. And slowly rise back up through hands and knees. And step up to the front edge of your mat, coming into standing forward fold. And this is where your blocks or your books will come in for some friends. To press your hands into the support. You can also press your hands right into your legs and even bend your legs like a ski jumper position if you've got a more sensitive low back. Stretch from the core of your pelvis down the bones of your legs, out evenly through your feet. If you're growing roots deep down into the earth. Then from that rootedness, inhale, half lift. Option to bring hands to shins or thigh bones. And exhale, fold back in. Inhale, half lift, firm the front of your thighs, shift your weight more forward. Exhale, fold, softening around the eyes and the corners of the lips. This time, bring your hands to your hips, push down through your feet. Inhale to stand all the way up. And exhale, return the palms. The sweetness, the courage, the vulnerability within your own heart. And then standing in mountain pose. Separate your feet a little wider apart. And on an inhale, stretch wide through your arms like you were opening up for a big hug. And as you exhale, wrap one arm over the other, like you were giving yourself a hug. And then inhale, standing strong through your legs, stretch your arms wide. Exhale, switch which arm goes on top. And continuing to pulse just like this, with an option to bend the knees and dive inward on the exhale. Honoring the heart when it's open, when it's full. Honoring the heart when it's concealed, when it feels closed. On your next inhale, let's meet in mountain pose. And some friends might like to separate their feet closer together, inner hips distance. I like feet a little bit wider if the hips are feeling tighter. And then on an inhale, gather your hands at your heart. As you exhale, extend your palms forward of the heart. And then you can stay in that other direction, maybe. And then inhale, stretch your arms wide. And then pause there. Feeling this imprint of open-heartedness. Your next inhale, stretch your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend your knees, fold, come all the way down. Inhale, half lift, staying steady through your legs. Exhale, bend your knees, step your left leg back, lower your left knee down to the floor. Inhale, come upright, gather your hands at your heart. As you exhale, sweep your hands forward and wide. Inhale to reach for the sky as you feel the ground underneath you. Exhale to tone your low belly and plant your hands to the earth. And stretch back, downward facing dog. You might like to keep your legs deeply bent in down dog if you're feeling a lot of tightness through your back, down the backs of your legs. And once you've got the general shape, hands about a little wider than the shoulders, feet as wide as the hips, spreading your fingers and your toes. You might like to bend through one leg and stretch through the opposite heel. Maybe shake your head yes, shake your head no. Find a neutral dog, please. And then breathing in, stretch your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, plant the foot by the left hand, lower the right knee to the earth. Inhale to rise, gathering your hands at your precious heart. Exhale, palms move forward and wide as an offering of the heart. Inhale to reach for the sky, hugging your legs in toward each other. Exhale, Ujjayi breath, plant the hands. And step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, push into the earth as you inhale and reach for the sky. Exhale, rest the palms to the heart center. Anjali Mudra. Inhaling deeply. Exhale to offer your arms forward wide. Pushpanjali Mudra. Inhale, reach up. Shoulder blades softening down the back. Exhale and fold, drawing navel to the back body. Inhale, half lift, belly, heart, head, rise in that order. Exhale, bend your knees, step your right leg back first this time. Right knee to the earth. Inhale to rise, gathering your hands to the heart. Exhale, circle the hands forward and wide. Inhale, this time either reach your arms towards the sky for more sensitive shoulders or bring your hand right behind your skull. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, plant your hands, firm your low belly, and stretch back, downward facing dog. You're welcome to rest right here or in child's pose and skip any of the plank poses. We'll meet back up with you before we move on. Or legs hugging, arms hugging. Inhale, come forward to plank. And then pause here in plank, lower the knees to the earth. And hug your legs in towards each other, arms in towards each other. And then feel your heart in this plane, lining up heart to hips to head. Noticing the flow of energy through your heart center at this time. And then leaning forward, exhale to lower down with control. Shoulder moving up and away from the earth. Push up your feet, drag your low belly forward. Inhale into cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, place the foot by the right hand. Lower the back knee. Inhale, gather your hands to your heart, gathering your strength for a new day. Exhale, circle the arms forward and wide, an option to plant them behind the skull. Inhale, reach for the sky, breathe the base of the ribs back. Exhale, plant your hands and step forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold, stretch your tailbone long. Inhale to rise, feeling the ground underneath you. Exhale, release the palm to the heart center. Inhaling deeply with this courage to meet and tend to our own hearts. Exhale, circle the palms forward, wide, and maybe behind the skull. Inhale, reach up, anchoring to earth and sky. Exhale to fold, touch the earth. Your inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold, momentarily concealing the front of the heart. Step your left leg back, left knee to the earth. Inhale to gather your hands at the heart. Exhale to offer the palms forward, wide, and behind the skull. Inhale, reach for the sky, hugging the legs in towards each other. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. Use the inhale to gather, drawing the tips of the shoulder blades in towards each other. Exhale to lower down, stretching forward to the crown of your head. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, move from your low belly, downward facing dog. So we move in this way, again and again, bringing the hands to the heart. The heart becomes a touchstone. We start to remember to listen to our own hearts, trust the heart's wisdom. We can drop into this refuge again and again as we move through the uncertainty. Breathing in, stretch left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, plant the foot by the left hand. Inhale to gather your hands to your heart. Exhale, palms move forward and wide as the full offering of your heart. Inhale to reach for the sky. Exhale, plant your hands, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, peering out into the world. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, and the ground underneath you. Exhale, release the palm to the heart center. One more time like this. On an exhale, offering the palms forward, wide, maybe behind the skull. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold, drawing sky to earth. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step right leg back, right knee to the earth. Inhale to rise, pausing with the heart as the touchstone. Exhale to offer the palm. Inhale, reach up. Use the whole exhale to stretch back into plank pose. Use the inhale to enliven, to strengthen. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra, moving forward through the heart, back through the legs in equal and opposite directions. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, plant the foot by the right hand. Inhale to rise, hugging your legs in towards each other. Exhale, palms move from the sacred altar of heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Breathing in, half lift, offer your heart. Exhale and fold. Push down through your feet in order to reach for the sky. Exhale, rest the palms at the heart center. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, slide the palms forward, wide, option to bring them behind the skull. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and bow. And please stretch back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale to plant the foot by the right hand. And walk your hands over to the left. And your choice, you can either keep your back knee to the ground, as Matthew has, or some friends, a little more vigorous, maybe lift the back knee away from the floor. Wherever you are, hug your legs in toward each other. It's called squeezing to the midline. And as you keep the legs steady, inhale, open up through your heart. It's like a little cow pose, just through your torso. And exhale, rounding your spine. Inhale to arch. Exhale to curl in. And twice more, please. Inhale is this reminder that we are divine love, to move from this place of divine love, to continue to reach out to the world, even when we can't reach out our hands right now. And find this neutral shape where the spine is lengthening. Slide the right hand to your hip and pause. Now you can either be up onto your fingertips with that left hand. You can also have a block or a book underneath your left hand to support the wrist and the shoulder. On an exhale, twist open towards the right. Stretch the right arm up toward the sky. What is moving through your heart in this shape with these wide open arms? You might start to sense not only the sensation, the tingliness, the pressure, but maybe also the emotions that are moving through, that quality you named at the beginning of class, the grief, the excitement. Is that alive in the heart right now? On an inhale, plant the right hand to the floor. Exhale, plank pose. And an option to skip the vinyasa and stretch back to down dog or child's pose, or lower down with control. Stay connected in your feet, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, plant the foot by the left hand. And walking your hands over to the right. If it's difficult to reach the floor, you can, this is another place where you can put the blocks underneath both hands for the cow-cat pulsation here. And from the steadiness of your legs, inhale to open up through your heart. Exhale around. And a couple more like that, moving within the rhythm of your own breath. All of these actions where we curl in, we round, it's this deep invitation to gaze in, to draw into the wisdom within our own hearts. Next, inhale, sweetly lengthen the spine and twist open towards your left. Stretch your left arm up towards the sky. My friends with sensitive shoulders will keep the left hand at the hip. Turning open from the lowest part of the belly. Left kidney draws back, right kidney draws forward. Circumambulating your own center, your own wisdom. Inhale, plant the hand to the earth. And stretch back, your choice, down dog, child's pose, or a vinyasa of some kind. Your vinyasa might be stretching your wrists out in some way. Your vinyasa might be massaging your jaw. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in all the way down into your pelvic bowl. And as you exhale, hang your head and sigh. It's said that that sound of sighing, it helps alchemize sadness and all the different flavors of sadness and loss that we might be experiencing right now. As and when you're ready, let's meet downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the heart, rounding the spine to make space to step the foot by the right hand. This time, keep the back knee lifted and inhale to reach for the sky, high lunge. Exhale to pivot towards your right, so the back, pivot towards your left, excuse me, so the back foot is flat for warrior two. Yeah, let's keep that in. Feel the ground underneath you and feel your heart. Inhale, slowly straighten your right leg. Exhale, bring the right hand down anywhere on your leg or the floor. And then bring your left hand to your heart and pause. So Trikonasana, triangle pose. So turn open, like lean towards the computer. Let's see, but with your left hand at your hip. Can I adjust you so? But right hand stays on the shin bone or the floor. Yeah. Bring your left hand to your heart if it's not there yet and pause. Trikonasana, triangle pose. And keep feeling the strength of your legs as you release the hand down towards the floor. Exhale, left hand down towards the floor. Inhale to cycle the arm back up again. And then exhale to bring it down. So kind of like that spiraling motion. And then inhale, bring it back up again. And then exhale, bring it back down. And a couple more, your rhythm. Next, exhale, plant the hand to the heart and pause. Lean back, turn, open from the lowest part of the belly, and then lift your precious heart up into your hands. Return your left hand to your hip and slide your back foot in a bit. Bend your right leg. And then bring the right hand to block or earth by your right pinky toe. Ardha Chandrasana. And again, plant your left hand to your heart. Trusting your heart even within the unsteadiness that might be happening. Bend your right leg, slowly step back to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Then inhale into Peaceful Warrior, left hand to your thigh, right arm towards the sky. And turn the belly towards the right, the chest towards the right, left lung towards the right lung. If you've got a more sensitive neck, you might like to cup the back of your head here. What is moving through the heart in this shape? Inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands and stretch back, down dog, child's pose, or vinyasa. If you're in child's pose or some other shape, meet us downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, plant the foot by the left hand. Inhale to rise, high lunge. Exhale to pivot towards your right, Virabhadrasana 2. Slowly lengthen through your right leg, but without locking through your left leg, without locking out your knee. And then plant your left hand down to leg or earth. Right hand to your heart and pause. One way we can start to be with the energies of our heart is to simply allow whatever is moving through to move through. Whatever's here in this moment, is it pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? Can you be with it? As you lean back and twist open, inhale from your heart, stretch the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, circle it down towards the earth. And then inhale to open it back up again. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale to open it up. And a couple more. And each time you inhale, you might gradually deepen the shape, leaning back, turning open, feeling the power and the steadiness of your legs. On your next exhale, plant your right hand to your hip. Bend your front leg, slide your back foot further in, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Fortify around your left leg by stacking your left hip right over your left ankle. Squeeze around your left outer hip. And then pause with your right hand at the heart. And the sense of honoring whatever is happening in your body right now, whatever is moving through. Option to stretch your right arm toward the sky. Bend the left leg. Exhale to stretch back. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhaling into Peaceful Warrior. Press the back leg into your hands. You get this widening of your right hip, your right sit bone, your whole pelvic girdle. And that'll help you clear your low back. At the same time, drop your tail, shine your heart up and out. We know that the compassion that we gather in our practice doesn't stay just with us, but can shine out, move out into the world. Exhale, plant your hands to the earth, downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, plant the foot by the right hand. Inhale to rise, find the ground underneath you. Exhale to pivot towards your left. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhaling here. Exhale, Trikonasana, straightening your front leg, shifting your hips towards the back of the room. Right hand to block or book or leg. And bring your hand to your heart and pause. Imagine there was a wall behind you to lean back into. Breathe the base of the ribs back, base of the throat, sides of the throat back, sides of the waist back. On your next inhale, stretch from your heart up toward the sky. Exhale, circle the arm down toward the earth by your hip. Inhale to open it back up again. And exhale to circle the arm down. Once more like that. Return the hand to the hip. Bend your right leg. Then inhale into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Sliding your back foot further in. Exhaling here, resting your hand at your heart. Using the exhales to extend, to deepen your experience, to move from the center out through the extremities. Inhale to step back, warrior 2. Exhale here, deepen the shape. Inhaling into peaceful warrior. This time option to tuck your left hand behind your back. Exhale, plant your hands, down dog, child's pose, or vinyasa. As and when you're ready, let's meet downward facing dog. Breathing in, stretch left leg up and back behind you. Exhale to plant the foot by the left hand. Inhale to rise, high lunge, lifting earth to sky. Exhale to pivot towards your right, warrior 2. Inhale here, channeling courage from the root of your heart. Exhale to lengthen your left leg, left hand to leg or earth, right hand to the heart, triangle pose. Inhale to stretch the arm up toward the sky. Exhale to circle the hand down towards the hip, down towards the floor. Inhale to pulse it back up again. And a couple more at your pace. Movement always trailing a half a beat after the breath. Honoring the flow of life force, what's called the great prana shakti. It's choosing us, animating us. Return the right hand to the hip. As you inhale, slide your back foot in, bend your front leg, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, rest your hand at your heart. Inhale, step back, warrior 2. Lengthen, deepen, the left thigh bone might sit a little bit deeper on the exhale. Inhaling into peaceful warrior, option to tuck the right hand behind the back. Your exhale, plant your hands. And this time let's all rest in child's pose. One of my yoga colleagues shared this poem with me, and when we first went into this sheltering at home, and it really it resonated with me really strongly then, and it continues to resonate with me. So I'd like to share it with you. It's called "Pandemic" by Lynn Ungar. What if you thought of it as the Jews consider the Sabbath? the most sacred of times. Cease from travel, cease from buying and selling. Give up just for now on trying to make the world different than it is. Sing, pray, touch only those to whom you commit your life. Center down. And when your body has become still, reach out with your heart. Know that we are connected in ways that are terrifying and beautiful. You can hardly deny it now. Know that our lives are in each other's hands. Surely that has become clear. Do not reach out your hands. Reach out your heart. Reach out your words. Reach out all the tendrils of compassion that move invisibly where we cannot touch. Promise this world your love, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, so long as we all shall live. That poem, or those thoughts are called Pandemic by Lynn Ungar. This invitation to really feel our hearts in this crisis. And trust our hearts, act and move from our hearts in this crisis. As and when you're ready, come to downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch long through your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, hop, or slither to the front of the mat. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, fold and half, concealing in front of the heart. Push down to the feet in order to reach for the sky. Exhale, resting the palms at the heart center. And have you turn to face that direction so they can see. Pour weight onto your right leg, please, and something would be your left so you can carry them. And bring your left leg into tree pose. So that might mean the toes stay on the floor. That might mean foot to the calf. Maybe foot comes to the thigh bone. And then bring your hands to your hips so you find the steadiness. Feel the connection between right sit bone and earth. Squeezing around your right outer hip to fortify the right leg. You're welcome to stay right here. If you feel steady, you can experiment with gathering the hands to the heart. And take a deep breath in, this commitment to nourish our own heart. And as you exhale, open up the palms and let's just linger here for a moment. This is this particular mudra, which reminds us that the heart is the very altar where we can place our outrage, our uncertainty, our hope, our faith, our prayers. That this mudra is a mudra for remembering that the heart is an altar, and this image of flowers moving from the love of our hearts out into the world, connecting our heart to this precious world. On your next exhale, sweep the hands wide, forward and wide. Inhale, reach up, growing roots through the left foot, through the right foot, excuse me, and exhale, turn the palms to the heart. Let's do two more like that. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling, palms moving forward and wide as the full offering. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, resting your palms to your heart. Inhale, honoring whatever is moving through your heart right now. Exhale, palms move forward and wide. Inhale, reach up. Corners of the lips soft. Exhale, rest the palms to the heart. Draw the left knee forward. And then slowly release. Give everything a little shake. And switch sides. Pouring weight down onto your left foot. Bring your right leg into tree pose. And then gathering your hands into this Pushpanjali mudra. Remembering the heart as refuge, heart as the most sacred of altars. The left hip here will tend to check out, while the right hip will tend to hike up and do too much. So see if you can engage a little bit more on the left hip and then let the right hip settle, even sweep more underneath you. Inhaling slowly here. Exhale, offering the palms forward and wide. Inhale, reach up. Skin of the shoulder blades softening down the back. And exhale, release the palms to the heart center. Twice more, your rhythm. And slowly release back into Tadasana. Yeah, you're welcome to shake it out. I love that I can see some of you, so I can see you doing a little shaking. Come to laying on your back, please. You can move any props to the side. Bend your legs, soles of the feet to the earth. And imagine you had a block between your upper thighs to hug into so the knees don't stray wider than the hips. And grounding through feet, shoulders, the back of the head. Lift your hips up and away from the earth for bridge pose. Gentle squeeze of the buttocks here to take some of the pressure out of the low back. And as we strengthen the back body here, imagine the front of your body like a bow. Heart sweeping up and towards the crown of the head as you drive the knees gently forward. You're welcome to stay here or perhaps play with interlacing your hands behind your back. You might like to shrug your shoulders more underneath you. I'll give you more access to lengthening your neck, softening your jaw. Let the tongue spread through the bottom palate. Releasing your hands. Lengthen your tail as you lower all the way down. And rest. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. What are the flows of energy moving through your heart now? They say backbends have this quality of awakening joy, awakening gratitude, of gladdening the heart. Roll to one side, please. And press yourself up to kneeling. I'm gonna have you, actually I'll have you say that way. You might like do you want a blanket underneath your knees? You might like a blanket underneath your knees, stacking your hips right over your knees. And if you do have blocks, so have you come up so your hips are right over your knees, like a camel crab, yeah. You bring your feet a little bit wider. If you do have blocks or books, you might like to plant them by your shin bones for this. And then pause. Feel the ground. You might have noticed in your own life one of the things that happens with collective panic and collective fear is that we find ourselves kind of just rushing from one moment to next, kind of charging forward. So the more we can feel the ground and feel our hearts, we are building the capacity for resilience. We're growing the wellspring of equanimity and strength. Spread all 10 toes, particularly your fourth and your fifth toe here. Root down through your feet. Bring your left hand to your heart, your right arm to the sky, and pause. You might be right here saying, I love yoga, right in this shape. Or as you lift your heart up into your hands, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you might curl open through your spine and bring your right hand to leg, block. See if you can keep your kind of belly facing forward. And then inhale to come more upright, reach your right arm towards the sky. So come back to, right hand to the heart, and then inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, steady through the legs. Imagine you had a block between your inner thighs to hug into. Keep feeling the ground as you reach your left hand back behind you. It doesn't have to touch anything. It might. Inhale, return the hand to your heart. Exhaling in neutral. Inhale, left hand stays to the heart. Weave your right arm up and back behind you. Curl open. You might open up through your throat a little bit more. Inhale, back to your heart. Inhale, left arm reaches up and back. Exhale, you might deepen the shape, stretching from sit bones to knees to feet. Inhale, come back to your heart, remembering your heart as the touchstone. Exhaling there. And continuing just like that, pulsing from side to side, where there might be a spot where you find some steadiness. Option to reach for both blocks or both feet. And light up through the sunrise of your heart. Next time you come upright, let's meet in child's pose. And take a deep breath in all the way into your sacrum. And as you exhale, let go of a sigh. Hop over onto your back, please. Stretch your right leg up towards the sky, interlacing your hands behind your right thigh bone. Stretch your left leg out long onto the floor. Imagine you had a small child sitting on your left thigh to press your inner thigh down towards the floor a little bit faster than your outer thigh. This one's actually less about your hamstring. If you're getting a hamstring or a calf stretch, great, but I'm actually more interested in clearing the low back after some of those back bends. Exhale to release. My cat Tago's entered the frame. He's a temporary co-star. Surprised he hasn't bothered us up to now. And switch sides. Oh, now he wants to be part of the the pose. This is what he does. He feels all the heart energy that we're building. He wants to be part of it. Pressing the thigh into the hands. And notice what feels alive in your heart here. If it feels like there's some kind of contraction, sometimes that means that we need to back off of the stretch, or maybe even use a strap or a scarf behind the leg here. Exhale to release. Stretch your arms wide into a T. And slide your hips over to the right a couple of inches. And pull your knees up into the belly. And drop your knees all the way over to the left. If you have any favorite variations of this shape, some folks like to turn their head towards the right, or you can, as if you were crossing your legs in a chair. For those of you who requested some hip opening, some of my favorite hip openers is to wrap the right leg over the left. One more deep round of breath here. And then please switch sides. And sliding your hips way over to the left so your low back draws into its natural curve. Only going so far that the back of your right shoulder stays glued to the earth. Slowly come back through center. Even out your body and pull. Actually, let's do this. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. Now, Matthew's feet are pretty close to his pelvis, but if you have your feet farther away, that can be a little bit more comfortable. And if you have blocks, books, pillows, some friends might like them underneath their knees in this shape. And then give a little lengthening of your tail so you feel the space between your low back and the earth start to come closer together. Here with the hips opening, heart opening. Start to feel this complete rest that you're bringing yourself into. Starting to release effort, releasing, co-collaborating with the breath. And the exhale softening a little bit more. As if tension could pour out from the pores, from the mitochondria of your body, and release into the earth. She can take it. We don't have to hold this alone. Gradually, I like to use my hands underneath my knees if you can reach comfortably to bring the knees back to hips distance. And gather your knees up into your belly. Grabbing anywhere on the legs, backs of the thighs, shins, outer edges of the feet. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. And in a moment, we'll move into Shavasana, and then we'll come out of Shavasana after a couple of minutes, and we'll finish with a few minutes of heart meditation, loving kindness meditation. So get everything that you'd like for Shavasana. You might like a pillow underneath your knees. You might like some support for your head, maybe covering your eyes. Let your bones be heavy. Releasing the front of the body into the back of the body. Releasing the back of the body deep into the belly of the earth. Please begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Inviting in any other gentle movements that would feel good. In a moment, many of us are gonna come up for a seated meditation. And it's really important with the loving kindness meditation that you are comfortable. So if you know that you're not comfortable in a seated shape, you're welcome to continue to lay on your back. You can also take a seat in a chair. When you're ready, rolling to one side and pressing yourself up to a seat. Generally, you want your hips 2 to 4 inches higher than your knees for a seated meditation posture. So for most of us, that means seated up on a cushion the way Matthew is, or at least a blanket. And once you've found your comfortable shape, feel what parts of your body are touching the ground. And let those areas sink and settle a little bit more. And out of that steady base, a steady foundation of your legs, draw your low back in and up, lengthening your spine. And notice the sensations of your heart now. Is there warmth or coolness in and around the chest, the heart center, the place between the sternum and the back of the spine? And tingliness, numbness. Honoring whatever's here. So we'll begin by offering ourselves these phrases of metta. And is this reminder to be really gentle and tender with ourselves. These phrases help connect the heart, to gladden the heart. And if it doesn't feel right for you to start with yourself, you might, if there's a lot of resistance to that, you might start with a pet, someone that you have a very tender and non-complicated relationship with. And repeating internally, like a whisper through your mind, may I be happy and peaceful. And sometimes it helps to say your own name. Satya, may you be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be healthy and strong. May I be free. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be healthy and strong. May I be free. And perhaps continuing with yourself, if you're feeling a lot of strong and difficult emotions, the perfect person to stay with is yourself. If you're ready, moving on to someone or some group of people that you'd like to offer your heart out to. Perhaps someone that's having a difficult time right now. Maybe someone who you know is sick or has lost their job. And once you have that person in mind, you might even say their name here. May you be happy and peaceful. Nicole, may you be happy and peaceful. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May you be healthy and strong. May you be free. And next, let's offer the phrases to each other. So this small group of us that practice to ground and tend to our hearts, the 13, the 15 of us who are still here. And even though that we can't see or touch each other, we honor our interconnection. So offering the phrases, almost like they're drifting through your mind. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May we be healthy and strong. May we be free. And as we say these phrases, sometimes resistance comes up, tears flow. And tears are the most sacred of waters, so allowing them to flow is part of what it means to open and tend to our hearts. And if there's resistance there, then allow that to be there too. You can even offer love, offer metta to the resistance. Finally, let's offer the phrases to all beings, all 7 billion of us in this crisis that we're facing together. With exception to no one, may all beings be happy and peaceful. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be healthy and strong. May all beings be free. When it feels right for you, gently opening your eyes. Many thanks to Matthew for being our yogi model today. And thank you so much to all of you for joining. I hope you're feeling your heart more, that you're feeling your body more. And I mentioned in the beginning, I think some of you joined late. I'm offering these, and pretty much all of my classes are being offered by donation now to offer this practice to as many of us as possible. So for those of you, and I put the how to make the donation in the chat, and if for some reason you can't access the chat, you can, I'll stay on and you can let me know and I can write down your email or something like that. But so many of us are feeling economic uncertainty right now. So it feels really important to honor those of us who show up and are not going to be able to give right now. I really honor that. I really want you to come and continue to practice. You might practice all 8 of my classes week, and that's going to be your gift. And for those of us who are feeling more economic certainty in terms of we're receiving sick pay, or we've been able to work from home with no interruption in pay, then the invitation is to give from what you have, most importantly, to give from what you can, and to be generous if that's within your ability right now. And if everyone gives to their highest amount, then we'll continue to be able to offer the teachings, is traditionally what's offered from what's called a dana perspective, for those of you who are new to that, which means gift economics or generosity-based, kind of community-derived abundance. So if I don't have your email and you want to find out more about what other classes I'm offering, if you want to put that in the chat. And if you want to stay on because you're not sure how to access the donation information, I'm going to turn folks off of mute. Otherwise, know that you are loved more than humanly possible, and that I'm here for you. And please reach out, and I hope to see you virtually or in person very soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, so I guess you guys have to take yourself off mute. I guess I can't do it. Some of you figure that out.
Okay, Satya, it's Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, so do you want me to, is there a credit card link or something so I can pay you, or?
Can I text it to you? Is that the easiest way? Okay,
yeah,
cool. I'll text it to you. Thank you so much for joining.
All right, beautiful class as always. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you too.
Thank you, Satya. This is Laura. I'm going to have to step out now, but I just want to say from the depths of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, Laura. So good to hear your voice.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Satya. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I look forward to officially meeting you someday in person. My friend Danny Murillo really just raves about you. So.
Oh, yeah. I love Danny. I miss him. He's in LA.
I know. It's a bummer he left the Bay, but yeah. But anyways, much love. Have a good